You know what I like better than this bed is knowledge. Welcome back to the Richie Experience. Today I wanted to talk about my 30-day no alcohol challenge. So, what was the 30-day no alcohol challenge? It's pretty straightforward. I just didn't drink any alcohol for 30 days. Why did I do that? I'm not too sure. I didn't really have a problem with drinking, and I never found myself, drinking like excessively to the point where I felt I was out of control. But I thought it would be a fun challenge. Plus, I've heard that there were some health benefits such as getting clearer skin, losing weight, and just feeling better about yourself. So I watched a video on YouTube by James Swanwick. It's basically him talking about how he didn't drink for 30 days and it basically changed his life. I think he had a TED talk on it. I don't even remember what it was, to be honest, but it was a YouTube video. And he's talking about his experience not drinking for 30 days. So I just want to briefly go over the summary, what it was like for during the 30 days, and then I want to go over the pros and cons of the actual challenge. Okay, so for the first week or so, I didn't think that this challenge was going to be that hard, because what I didn't realize is how much I actually do drink on a regular, semi-regular basis. Like, I would probably drink every couple days. That's what I noticed. And the thing is, I wouldn't drink to get smashed, but when my friends or I would go out to eat, just having wine or beer with the meal, I didn't notice that I would be consuming alcohol that way. It was really weird because I didn't even consider that drinking before, like having a glass of beer or alcohol, as fucked up as it sounds. Maybe it's all that really good advertising that they're doing on your brains. I never considered before that me drinking a beer or a wine glass was, drinking alcohol. So that was a kind of a shock in the first week. And it was a little hard too. Like, I remember one time my friend offered me a drink and I actually said yes, but then I was like, oh shit, no, I'm actually doing a challenge. Just out of habit of accepting drinks. The second thing that was in the second week, that was really interesting was that I actually went to a party. I don't even. It was my friend's birthday party, and I went completely sober. Like, I didn't have a sip of alcohol, and I actually had a really good time. It was one of the best parties I've ever been to. Maybe it was because I was sober. Like, the benefits of me being sober at the party was I could remember things, I could talk to people way clearer. It was easier to meet new people. And you think that alcohol kind of gets rid of your fear and it makes you more social. But I actually think that it stifles you because, first of all, you're drunk. So you're not really thinking clearly. So you don't have as much social calibration, first of all. You might be too rude, or you might just be like too monotone because you're tired and drunk. Alcohol has its hindrances as well as its benefits in social interactions. But the most important thing is, like, you can remember people's names, and that just blows people's minds. First of all, like, if you can remember a person's name for the whole night, they're pretty impressed with you. And it's a pretty nice thing to do for someone as well, just putting the mental capacity. And when you're drunk, you can't do that, but when you're sober, it's fucking easy because it's not that hard to remember people's names. In the third and fourth week, it was pretty smooth sailing. Like, after the first or second week, you get really used to not drinking. You just don't drink. Health benefits, yeah, I probably lost about 5 pounds. I wish that I actually weighed myself, but just guessing, I would say like 5 pounds. That means that scientifically, I probably lost like maybe 2 or 3 pounds scientifically. But yeah, because, when you drink alcohol, you go out at night, you drink more. Alcohol also has more calories, so that's more calories that you're intaking when you're drinking. So it was just a lot better, health-wise. Did I feel better? Yeah, I did, actually. I do feel better now. I feel like I have more energy. Keep in mind, I was doing other stuff. Like, I started meditating every day for 5 minutes a day, so that could have also affected my mood and my health. So this is not this is nowhere near conclusive, but it's just my experience. I would say that, yeah, it was beneficial, even just for the social things. Like, on the last week that actually passed, we went to Crocodile Rock on Wednesday, which is super popular because it's $2.50 drinks. All right, just got to get some water. So we went to Crocodile Rock, which is $2.50 drinks. It's super cheap, and I wasn't drinking. It was my first time really going out not drinking, because usually, for fuck's sakes, you're drunk at the club. Or it's not really a club, but it's like a bar with a dance floor. And those kind of places, yeah, you want to drink. But I went completely sober and I had a blast because I was just sober. That means that you have more, like, you have brain power to do things that you can actually be crazier when you're sober over being drunk. Because when you're drunk, you're basically poisoning yourself. You have alcohol in your system, so your body has to deal with that. Plus, you have to deal with the fact that you're staying up late. A lot of factors are working against you. You're getting dehydrated. But when you're not drinking alcohol, I would always drink water too, because like I just want to drink something, and it's fun to cheers people with water. So I would have water. So like things are working in the benefit of me in the into the night. Like I'm not doing damage to myself. It's like it's actually fueling the night. So as the night goes on, I'm actually getting sharper. Like I'm having more and more fun because I'm remembering things. Um, yeah, I had a blast. I was just dancing, drinking water. It was fucking great. It was the most lit night I've ever had just drinking water. That's what I can say. It was a lot of fun, and I would do what I do it again. Yeah, and so the pros and cons of all this. The pros is that there's a lot of pros, to be frank. You do find out something about yourself when you're partying sober. You find a part of you that you can let loose again and have fun without making excuses. It's almost a part of you that's unapologetic for having fun. And one way or another in society, we've been conditioned to, not necessarily because society conditions you to be unhappy, but just human beings have a fucked up way of seeing the world, and sometimes you think that it's not okay to be happy. That's why you drink alcohol, that then you can be happy again, supposedly. So being sober for 30 days and finding that you don't actually need to drink to have a lot of fun, probably even more fun than when you're drinking, was super enlightening. I actually didn't think that that would be possible at all. I was just going crazy at the parties. I was just jumping up and down, yeah, screaming, like acting probably more stupid than the people who were drunk there. So that was really great. As for the cons, though, you know what? You do miss having. It's probably just marketing and shit, but you do miss having like a beer or wine with your friends at a meal. You, I'm not gonna lie, you do feel excluded, like out of the group. But then again, that's part of the price you pay with not drinking, right? Everything has pros and cons. On the flip side, there usually are other people who are not drinking, and it's fun too when you're with a sober person and you both go crazy. Like it's pretty fun. Like you guys are super sober and everyone is just drunk around you. You can just have a lot of fun just talking to people, and but definitely there is a culture that supports drinking, so you're gonna feel left out doing some things for sure. But other than that, I don't think there's many cons of doing this. Like it really makes you realize and think about drinking. Now, will I keep up the no drinking? Maybe. I'm not sure. I might start drinking again, but at this point I feel like I've kind of cut off a base need to drink, whether through peer pressure or just my own natural programmed reaction to situations. I feel like I don't have to, I can say no to drinking now. It's like an achievement unlocked. Where before I was like, oh, I always have to drink, but now I don't really have to drink. And once again, it's not like I had a problem towards it, but it's just that it's just a different mindset entirely. Of before thinking it's like, oh, I'm going out, so let's get drunk, and like, oh, I'm going out, so that's kind of it. I'm just going out, and it's gonna be fun. That's pretty much it. I wish I could put some things more concisely and better for you, but honestly, it was an interesting challenge that was very multifaceted, and I found out more about myself doing the challenge than actually anything about alcohol. So that's it. If you guys are doing the challenge, that's awesome. Let me know what your experiences was like doing the 30-day challenge. I'm actually curious to see like what happened with all of you guys. So thanks for watching, and as always, just have a great day.